good. The only thing I've worrying about here is I want to be able to see the chat. So I need to figure out how to get this chat window out and how to get it in a spot where I can read what people are saying. So that's kind of what I got to work on real quick. Let's see. Hope chat message. Okay, whatever. It's on and off anytime. Oh, not now. I don't care what you guys say. Alright, let's see if I can get this chat out. This is the only thing that I'm trying to do here, supposedly. If I can get the chat out and get it working, which apparently I can't. Pop out chat. Yes, that's what I want. I want that. Why are you not working? Okay, it's not really liking the pop out chat. For some reason, well, remember the guy, blah, 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 whatever. Don't care. I just want the damn chat to come out. I don't know why it's not. I don't know why it's not letting me do it. Why are you not letting me pop out the chat? Oh, dang. That's like half. I wonder why that is. Okay. I gotta find a way to make the chat work, because if I ain't seeing the chat, then I ain't gonna be able to I'm not gonna be able to see what you guys are saying, and that's gonna be a problem for me. And this button is not working. I don't know why. So let's see what we can do. Still don't pop it out. Oy. Pain in the butt. Might have to just do this. Should be able to grab it and take it out. I have that turned on, right? Please tell me I have the pop out turned on. Preferences. Oh, you know what? It's under settings, isn't it? Dash. No. Virtual desktop panel pullout. This is what I want. Pull is one of some. To use it, hold A, then press grip on an individual application window. Okay, so let's try that. So press A, then grip. Ah, there we go. So we'll just put this right here. We'll close the virtual desktop. This, we want to lock this, right? Pin to experience. Boom. Then I can, like I said, I can get off the virtual desktop. And that's still there. Cool. All right. Not that this is the best way of doing it. I don't even know how good the quality of the stream is right now. But at least we'll try to get the game running here. See if we can actually do something real quick. Oh, apparently I'm not facing the right way. We're going to have to move that. Let me see if I can move this. Move it over about there. Should be a better spot. That should be all right for now. Let's go to one of the well-lit ones. Let's go to the auto repair shop. That's actually like kind of a little too close. I want to move you back. Or is it going to put it on the wrong side now? Oh, it did put it on this side. That's funny. That's weird how it did that. It's like moving this thing around. Okay. It's a little delayed, but it looks like it's working for now. Excellent connection. Good. All right. Let's see where we're at. To get started. Well, first we want a black color first to start with. So where to begin? We gotta think of a first. Just think of some word. Let's just think of some word. Let's see. Something I haven't done before. I don't know. Let's just do blue. Let's see if we can. Let's make it caps, all caps. And then E doesn't really match. Well, I guess the L's a lot of lines in it too. That should work. All right, so the first thing when they talk about graffitiing, you're gonna do your piece. It's good to start with just the bones. This is like that's what that's called, just bones. You just write out the letters, however you're gonna write them. You know, if you're gonna do it like say you were gonna do it in an arc or something like that, then you draw an arc real quick and then you do it on the arc. That's kind of small, but you get the idea, right? So if you wanted to switch it up or something, or if you know that you're gonna go for like really like sharp like letters or something like that, maybe draw your B a little like taller and a little less bubbly looking, right? And so then you can sit there and like you can block this out better, you know. Maybe you want your B to look something like that, like a down and then over instead. So that's your B now. So you know the L's already got a shape like that. So then for the U, you would just go make it blocky, and the E's already blocky. So you can do something like that. Or if you want to do it bubbly, you know, you sit there and you make the E a little more like you make the E something. Well, you could do a lowercase e because lowercase e obviously has a bubble look. But then you could do you could also just do like a bubbly kind of, you know, E like that and use that. So let's come back over here. This is kind of a mix, just a really plain Jane one. So once you've written out your letters, now you're gonna block them out. That's like the next step. This B's kind of not really good. I got everything on a slant good, and they all match, but my B is not a very good B for blocking out. So you got, you know, and blocking out means just like making them thick. It's kind of a weird B. I don't know how I'm gonna like that. You just make it bigger. You figure out where you're gonna put your, like if you're gonna have little dots like that. So that's gonna be my B, right? And you kind of want them to blend in. You don't want there to be spaces between the letters because that looks like that's something that looks kind of toyish. If you guys don't know, toy means just like a newbie, basically, or someone who's not good at graffiti. So you sit there, and you can go over them. Just know where your lines are at here. So here's my L. You know, it comes out a little far, but we can fix that with the U by, you know, when we block out the U coming down like that. Move on over a little here. So First we started with the bones, now we block it out. And my E is a little far. There's a little bit of a space here, so we're gonna make this kind of the edge of the E right there. So that way they come into each other. Big long bottom piece. This probably needs to come up a little bit more, like that. Over. Maybe a little bit like that. It kind of matches. So they all kind of match together. And then, okay, so now that we've done that, then our next step is, well, you could either fill them now, or you could do the background and then fill them. Either one, but those are your next two steps is the background and the fill. And you want to get like two colors that kind of contrast each other. Like I always like to do like something like a gold background, like a yellow background or a red background, and then you get like a, I don't know, like a, well, we're calling it blue, so let's go to the blue palettes. Let's see, here's all the blues. Oh, and for the fill, if this is kind of like to make sure it's like not as toy, you can sit there and you can get two different color blues, one for like a bottom color and one for a top color, so that way you have like a fade going up. So let's start with this. Let's go ahead and so far right now all I'm using is the standard. I'm just using the standard tip, and we'll switch over to different tips later on to do different things. So let's say that's the bottom. So let's go over to a lighter blue. Let's do this like electric blue on the top. That might be too much of a contrast between them. They're probably not close enough, but they'll be all right. So you sit there. There's the top of my B. So you got like two different colors. And what you can do is you can kind of like, you can feather it down like that to kind of like blend the edge. So that way you're not, that way it looks like they kind of blend together. And you don't have to do it, you don't have to do it down. You can do it up too. You can sit there and you can take this and just kind of just spray up a little. And that way they kind of blend together. So it looks a little more natural. Okay, so now let's fill in the L. And the L is going to come all the way up. And you can almost completely get rid of that. Just know where, once again, know where your lines are at. We're just going to kind of fill it into about there. And this is one of those spots where, like, if you want to adjust, like, how thick the lettering is going to be, this is where you do it. Like, let's see. Let me switch on over here. Like, if you don't think this L is thick enough on the top or something like that, just go over the black, because that black doesn't really matter anymore. Let's see. Just kind of boop, boop. Just kind of feather that up. Now, I don't want it to hang over into this spot, because I'm gonna draw a sharp line here when we get to our when we're doing that. Right now, we'll just continue on with the fill. And if this is a good spot right now to see if, like, so right here, the U looks kind of thin on this side, so we're gonna go all the way out to the edge of the black there to kind of thicken it up, because we want this to be a little bit thicker, so that way it matches. Like, because if it's too thin, it won't match. Like, that B is pretty fat, so you want this U to look about the same thickness. Come down about halfway on the letter. And these don't need to match. Like, it's not like it needs to, like where it blends over on the L. See, I thought that was a good spot on here, and this is a good spot on the L. Let's see the U. Maybe we'll come on down a little bit further on this side than we are on that side, because it's kind of tilted. That should work. So see where we're at here? So you can see the bones are already covered up. So you don't, when you've gone from, so first you do the bones, then you block it out, then you can do your fill. Some people do the background first. I found it doesn't really matter too much which one you do first. Kind of depends on your skill level, I guess. I guess it might be easier to do the background before you do the fill, just in case you have any like overspray or something like that. But all of it's going to get blocked out anyways, or all of it's going to be you're going to do your line work, so that'll cover up over any overspray or anything like that. Let's see. I wonder if I can get, I kind of want to split the E almost in half, so like right there. Something like that. See? How's that for a good little start right there? It's not too bad. Okay, let's do a background. Now, when we do a background, like I was saying, we want to do like something different, like a completely different color, like a contrasty color. I mean, you don't want to use white or black because you can use white and black on things like the shine. So red might be too obvious. Let's go with a purple. Purple might work. That might be too, this might be too bright, but we'll take a look. That's a ridiculously bright color. It's like a neon color almost. Like I said, it's alright if there's a little bit of overspray, because when you come back through to do your line work, you're just gonna go like right over the top of that, and so it'll cut it off. So it's alright if there's like a little bit, like it gets close. Obviously just don't spray into like the whole thing. But if you want to do like a blocky design here, this is where you'd like, you come across and you just start blocking out, like, I don't know how you want to do it. Like some people do like clouds looking things. Or you can make drips. You could kind of something like that, and do like a drip coming down off of it. So this part really doesn't matter too much. You could literally just do whatever on the background part. You don't even need a background, depending on where you're at and what you're actually painting. It does give the whole piece like a little bit of pop, obviously, if you're going to have a background. Just makes it look a little more, I don't know, a little more eye-catching, I guess. This is a real simple, just, it doesn't need to be perfect once again, because you're going to hit this over with your, God, why do I keep forgetting what it's called? Anyways, your line work. Get that up there. Doesn't need to be perfect. You can have gaps in between and everything. Most people wouldn't even notice. And like I said, you're going to cover up over it anyways. Part of knowing about how you're going to do your graffiti and everything like that is knowing it. Like, that's why you kind of do things in orders, because you got to know like what layer things are going to go on top of. I kind of cut into that a little bit there. So I need to kind of fix that, because I kind of went a little bit further than I wanted to. So we're going to cut it back just a little. Switch on back to here. That chat window's a little too close, but come on up, up. All right, so we're almost done with the background here. Okay. So now, one thing is you gotta make sure your background extends out a little bit further, because when you do your 3D, that's gonna make this letter right here is gonna come out like an extra, few inches. So it's gonna come out this way. So you need to make sure there's a little bit of extra space on. Well, it depends on which direction you do your 3D. If you do your 3D in that direction, then you'd have to make sure there's enough room on that side to do the 3D. So, anyways, this is pretty simple so far. And if you didn't want to do here's a couple things. Like, here's a couple extra ways to be different. If you didn't want to do the blending there, you could make it a hard line. You could just come across just real hard and make it a hard line across, and you could do that. And then you could do you could add in decorations. Like, we were talking about the drips here. Well, you could do a drip here, or you could just do circles. You could just do you could do something like that. Or if you wanted to do this is the time when you add in these extra decorations. Like, if you want to do something a little bit, let's try and do a red. You could just do lines, something like that. And if you just add it across the whole piece, just evenly, it just adds just a little bit of an extra flair. That one I kind of messed up, but and I'm just using a normal cap there. Actually, what would probably be better for something like that is use a thin cap, and then just something real thin like that, and you just keep coming across it. I'm just throwing some stuff out there now at this point in time for that. So you have a couple, these little extra things. And if you don't like any of those, you can just always go just, like I said, just a blend. You can do just a blend. You have, a little more plain D's. I didn't like that red actually either. That red's kind of just plain. Very plain. All these colors that we're using are really neonish. Oh, see, there we go. You notice I was having a hard time covering that up. I should have went back to the standard. There you go. That's better. I got some drips coming in. Let's fix that one real quick. I don't like that one. Drips are okay. I leave the drips on. It also helps me if I have the drips on, I can tell whether I'm holding on a spot a little too long. Because if you watch most graffiti artists, they do everything real smooth, in long lines. We're about to get to that, right? The next part right here. Okay. All right. So now you're gonna do the outline, right? You're gonna do the So we got first the bones, then we block the letters, then we fill the letters, then we fill the background. So now we're gonna do our line work. Our what's it called again? I just said it. I just said what it was. Our outline. Okay. And this is something that I like to switch to these New York fat caps, because you want this line to be really smooth and really hard edged. And so you're supposed to do this kind of in one swoop, so kind of give yourself a couple practice swings right here, and it's supposed to be could have been better, but it's supposed to be real smooth. Just whoosh. You're supposed to do it all in one fluid motion. Just come around, just do each part. This is probably the part that takes the most practice. Already you can see I kind of bubbled out the B like that, which is a little bit more than I wanted to do. I wanted that to be a little straighter, because this is going to be hopefully a straight line. And it helps to move your body with the line a little. That's one thing I kind of learned. Just, that's pretty good. That was a good one. You just kind of start blocking out the letters. And right here you can see I kind of want to go a little bit more in the pink than I do in the green to keep it kind of thick. See that? real smooth, just one straight, and just do each line like that. Just figure out where each line is and just go across. See, just right across. Boom. Now, in this case, where the L is right here, the U is going to go over the top of the L. See, I went the B over the top of the L, and here I'm going to do the U over the top of the L, because I kind of like the curves to come out on top, because some of these lines are really straight. So with the U, let's see, we're going to come on down. Let's see if I can do this. This is going to be a rough one. Yeah, that's kind of rough. I'll come around. And you notice I didn't do the whole U in one swing. I mean, a really, really good graffiti artist could do that. I'm not that good, but you know, the smoother you can do it all. If you can do it all in one swoop, it's going to look a little bit better rather than you having to stop. See, because when you stop, you kind of get like these little bits of overspray right here on the edge, where that should look like just like you want that to look a little cleaner. So, and if you ever do anything like that, if you have like problems where you don't like the overspray or something like that, you can just come back with whatever colors underneath and just do like a cut back. You just kind of just cut it, clean it back a little. Okay, on to the E. I'm kind of getting a little lost in my room here. So right here I have the E behind the U. So we're gonna, oop, that was a bad mistake. Let's hope that covers that good. That's fine. Nobody will notice. Oh, we're going to do our 3D anyway, so our 3D will come out that way. E's are lots of straight lines, and so they kind of get, I don't know. I don't always like my E's, but I guess that's not too bad. See, that's probably the part where probably most people need to practice the most, is when you're just doing these straight lines. See that? See that cut back like that? Anyways, so the other thing is when you get in close, right? The closer you are, here we're gonna do another example, especially with like this fat cap. If you're in super close, you can make a thin line. If you're out further away, make a thicker line. I mean, this is obviously makes sense as you're just normal spray painting, but it'll also see how much cleaner the cut is, like the line is on the top, whereas versus this, there's like a little bit of like extra over it. This looks more like your standard. Hey, and your standard doesn't come out, as thick. So, no, if it's real quick. We just need a good color, though. That's the problem. I think I kind of messed up with this kind of pink down here. I should have done something a little more. Let's try this yellow. Let's try that pineapple one. Pineapple bark. So here we go. So I want the thin cap again. So let's just kind of... We'll just do 3 lines on the top of all these. Just 1, 2, 3. And the shines will go over the top of all those stuff anyways. So, alright. So where are we at here? So first we started with the bones. Just draw out the letters. Then you go ahead and block out the letters, make them fat. Then you go ahead and you fill on the inside. Then you do the background. Okay. For the B here, I'll go ahead and I'll put in the little... Oop. Damn, I should have done that with a head cap. That's alright. I can... See? To make it like a B. It's like smiling. Okay. So now that we've done this, now we're going to do the 3D, right? So the 3D, we're just going to come off of one edge, and this is kind of one of those things where you got to like you gotta like think a little abstractly. Which way you're gonna have your 3D going? In this case, I'm gonna have it come out this way. So it's as if the whole piece just kind of moved down. Let's see, we're gonna go like almost straight. We're gonna go like straight to the side. So let's see, here. So you want to make those lines about the same. .3D might be the part that like some people have a hard time like in their heads extrapolating. Trying to think of a good way to talk about it. So you can see you thickened up this line, and now you can clean up anything that like see that that's kind of we can kind of clean that up, make it a little nicer. I don't like how that's up there, so we're gonna that little tail, so we're gonna cut that back. See, and that looks smoother. I got some drips down here. Something like that. Okay, so now the L. The L's kind of a funny angle here, so realistically there should be a little bit of a something like that going on. That might be good enough. Okay, and then there'll be one here. We'll just cut it all the way back into the B, and then we'll thicken this out here, probably almost all the way. There'll be a little bit of pink right there, I guess. .3D is one of those things that I don't know, you just got to kind of get a feel for, I guess. It's kind of hard to describe. So there'll be some there. This will come out directly to the side. Come out quite a ways. See, I'm not very bring that in just a little. Okay. And so the inside of the U is also going to have this. It's going to come out to there. The E. The E's kind of not very good because it has too many. I should have done my 3D at like an angle or something, but that's all right. That's all right. That looks pretty good. Over just a little more. Okay. Ooh. Whoa, lost a little bit of the headset.